Well, there is a music trend that is getting more attention again, and some say it glorifies the profits off of Mexico's crime wave that we've seen now, certainly the drugs and the violence in many, many communities. Joining me now via Skype is the director of TijuanaPress.com, VICENTE Calderon. VICENTE, good morning.
Good morning. I'm going to hold the telephone here so we can hear me a little bit better. This is a trend that is a very traditional one, but it's getting a very new twist, something that is raising eyebrows and producing some reaction from the local and state authorities.
Well, there were obviously in the black communities in the United States during the drug wars, there was a lot of music there that, in a sense, made money off of violence. And now we see, because of the violence in the border towns around Mexico, we see this music again, gaining again in popularity. Is there a problem, do you think, with making money off of this kind of violent act?
Well, I don't think it's a problem in the sense that this is protected as the same way it is the rap music in the United States. The narco corridos, as they call it, are protected by freedom of speech with this under the Mexican Constitution. The problem is that there's this so-called narco culture, and this is one of the elements. They glorify the actions of the outlaws and the actions of the drug dealers, and they promote, according to many people, this type of behavior, and they condone killing, they condone decapitations, and they condone the violation of the laws. And this is producing not just music, but also reaction from the local authorities that recently even canceled the license to a promoter because they were bringing a very popular group which was playing a song with the theme of one of the gang members who was allegedly planning to kill the chief of police here in Tijuana.
Now, VICENTE, obviously there's always that battle between rights, the freedom of speech, and art like this. But in this case, and in many cases in music, children listen to this stuff. And I'm sure that's the people who are complaining about this. A lot of people say, but our children are listening to this and they're getting the wrong impression.
Well, many kids are very influenced by this type of music. And the problem is that apparently it's having an impact on the behavior of many kids. We see that every time we find younger kids involved with drug trafficking and with illegal activities, we see this because every time we go to an arrest and an announcement of an arrest made by the local authorities, you see guys of between the 20, 21, sometimes before they reach their 20s, and that's one of the main reasons this is having is becoming a concern. The genre called as corridos is a very old Mexican folk tradition on music. The thing is that this particular group or type, it's glorifying the actions of the drug dealers. Also, the problem is that for many years, the line between the good guy and the bad guy was not very clear in the Mexican society.
And it's at the same time now, obviously the government's not going to do anything, can't, and probably shouldn't, because like you mentioned, it is a freedom of speech issue. But are the communities going to do this? Are the parents going to do this? Are maybe the record companies themselves, are they being pressured to do something about this?
They are pressured, but they don't want to. They want to follow this. They don't want to follow these rules. Even when the government is pressuring many sectors of the community, they call for the local radio chamber, the association of radio stations. They ask them not to play those so-called narco corridos because exactly for the same reasons. And the problem is, the local authorities have a set of initiatives and laws that I compare a lot with the Patriot Act on the U.S. government. And because they are overstepping on many of our rights with this justification that they are fighting against the drug cartels. Many people, it's not complaining. I don't think complain, but I don't think you can make them ban this type of music as they are trying to do. I mean, the kids have it on their cell phones and with all the technology. Even if they don't play it on the radio, the kids going to get their hands on those type of songs.
It is everywhere. We just have to keep talking about it so people understand and can put it in the right context. Art is one thing, but inciting violence is another. Thank you for joining us, helping us understand all of this. VICENTE Calderon from TijuanaPress.com this morning. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you.
All right.